I knew I always wanted to have babies. Since I was a little girl, I always was watching kids, and I wanted to be a teacher and all the things. I wanted to be married. I wanted to do it kind of the traditional way, the right way. I planned the wedding while I was still in college, and then I graduated in May, and then we got married that September. When I got pregnant the first time in November, we were so excited, and it was like right before Christmas, so we were waiting for everybody. We were gonna like do Christmas presents as like we're having a baby. And then a month later, I started bleeding a little bit and spotting, and I called Dr. Reynolds, and she saw me right away, and she just walked in the room, and I'm getting emotional. And she was just like, there's no more heartbeat, and there was no more growth since the first ultrasound. I remember her crying to me, Dr. Reynolds, and she was just saying, I'm so sorry. We grieved for a long time.
She came in through our emergency room. She ended up having a ruptured ovarian cyst that was bleeding pretty aggressively. We had a very successful surgery, going through what we went through in the storm, and I know she was just worried, what's gonna happen? I went through this surgery, am I gonna be able to have kids? Is everything gonna be okay? Unfortunately, they did struggle with miscarriage.
There's so many times we cried, and it was everywhere. I went in the store and I saw 5 pregnant people, or I saw babies, and I just would cry. I went to a gender reveal recently, and I was like, I'm never gonna have this.
I have 3 healthy, wonderful, beautiful boys. I also have lost a daughter, and I've also had a miscarriage. I've been there. I knew we were gonna get that baby. I gave her that hug in the parking lot. I said, look, this isn't it. Like, we're getting this baby. Like, don't you worry.
No way. It wasn't even excitement, it was fear. Like, my body just felt like I was heated.
I had been where she had been and knew what she was experiencing, so when she called and would say or text me and this is happening, I'm scared. Come to clinic, let's check. And we waited, and every little step I'd reassure her, look, we're farther than we were last time. We're farther than we were last time.
If the day comes and when I'm able to have children of my own, like, she's the person to be there to deliver them, and she's the person to be there to encourage me and lift me up like she did at surgery.
That was like one of the most joyous births. Felt like I was delivering my own grandbaby or something.
I get tears just looking at him, that I get to be his mom. I've always wanted to be a mom, and I'm very blessed that God let me be a mom.
Erin and I have been together through some really great times, some really sad times, and I just, gosh, where else do you get to build a relationship like this? There's nothing like it.
Yay! We cried together, we laughed together, it was a different relationship than I could imagine. Like, I'm very blessed that I met that lady, that she was on call that night. I know God makes things happen for a reason, and I just think she was there for a reason. And I am so grateful she was able to be there. She was there the whole time.